Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, this video is going to be for people who are contemplating recovery or hoping to start recovery, and it's going to give you my 5 top tips of how to just set up your recovery and to get started on it. Okay, things that are really going to help you. Recovery is so difficult, it's foreboding, the thought of it is, the beginning stages of it is, and to have these 5 things set in place can be a huge help, especially in those beginning stages. These are things that I am implementing myself, and I can honestly say that they are so helpful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be putting them out there and telling you guys. So without further ado, let's get into those. Number one is that you need to get support. You need to surround yourself with some sort of support. Eating disorders are not something that should be tackled alone, right? You cannot do this on your own. Well, I'm not saying that you can't, but there is a better chance of you recovering if you do have a support network around you. Now, that support network ideally will be a medical treatment team, or a therapist, a dietitian, a community nurse that understands eating disorders, whatever. Even just having that someone to talk to, someone that is not personally invested in you, is such a huge help. Someone that you can pour your emotions out to, that you can talk to about, that you can talk to about your eating disorder. That is, I cannot believe the difference that is making in my own recovery. But as well as that, I do think that it is crucially important that you have social support there, whether that be family, friends, whatever. Obviously, I'm saying this from quite a privileged position in that I do have a supportive family. I don't have that many friends, to be honest with you. I mean, I do have friends. I have a lot of friends all over the world. Mainly in Glasgow, I don't have a huge amount of friends. Luckily, I've been getting out and about recently, and I have met a bunch of new friends who are so supportive of my eating disorder. Not supportive of the eating disorder, of my recovery, and are really great help. And I am in a really lucky position that I have that, obviously the friends thing I had to work for. They didn't just come to me. I had to put myself out there. My family, obviously I am lucky that I do have that. I understand that a lot of people do not. Now, if you do not, then there are groups, there are meetup groups that you can go and try and get involved with. Put yourself out there and try and make some friends. Obviously you cannot make yourself family, but you can get out there and make yourself friends. Or here online. I mean, look at, you have found me. You found me. How easy was that? But when I say go online, don't go to pro-anorexia websites. Don't do it. Please don't. And don't go to my pro-ana either. Because although they do claim to be supportive, it's not. And I've got some upcoming videos on that. Point number 2. Have a cleanse. And by cleanse, I mean a social media cleanse, okay? Don't look at your Instagram, look at your Tumblr, look at your YouTube. What people are you following? Are you following loads of clean eating accounts, fitness accounts, slim accounts, weight loss accounts, accounts of people who just put their body out there, and you're like, I wish I looked like that. How helpful is that in your recovery? Is it really helpful at all? Is that serving you? Because I can honestly tell you that it is most likely not. Most likely not. You're comparing yourself with other people. You are filling your mind full with food images or body images. That is not the way to recover. Do not feed your eyes, do not feed your mind with that content, right? Find something else that you're interested in. For example, if your Instagram is full of fitness pictures and food pictures, unfollow all of those and find something else that you're interested in. Are you interested in landscapes, like traveling? Follow travel accounts, right? There's so much. Do you like dance? Follow dance accounts. Yoga? follow yoga accounts, although some yoga, there is a crossover between, the whole clean eating and body image thing. Just be careful there. Gardening, flowers, plants, art, drawing. There's so many amazing like accounts and platforms out there that you could follow instead of body and food related ones. The same with your YouTube. Are you For me, I was like the vegan thing. I followed all the vegan accounts, and I've just had to. Sorry, guys, if you're a vegan like YouTuber and like you're watching this, but I had to unfollow all of them because I just found that it was kind of perpetuating my eating disorder and make like even if your content was not, even if like the vegan YouTube content that I was watching wasn't eating disordered, it doesn't really matter because it kept me in that mindset and I just had to remove myself from that completely. So yeah, that is point number 2. Do the cleanse. Fucking do it. Point number 3. Start a journal. Start a journal of your journey. Write down your thoughts and your feelings, right? Your thoughts and your feelings just in general about the day. How do you wake up? What did you do that day? Did the eating disorder make you feel bad? What did you eat that day? Right, you don't need to write down amounts, just like jot it down what your intake was or whatever. Did you go out for a meal, for example? Write that down. Was that an accomplishment for you? Did you feel terrible after doing it? Write all this down because it will show your progress. It will show your progress in recovery. And in like a couple of months or whatever, you might look back and think, I can't believe I went out to that restaurant. I found it so difficult. It made me feel so bad. But I went out there again today and it was okay. It was okay. And you can see how far you've come. You can see. And that is amazing. It is such a powerful motivator in your recovery. Like, I cannot describe enough. Even if you are just having a bad day, just to outpour that on paper, it can be like so cathartic, so therapeutic. So go out there, go to the shops and buy yourself a really nice journal. Don't write it on scrap paper that's going to get lost. Actually take the time and buy yourself a really nice journal and keep that, right? I have done that. Obviously, when this one's filled up, I'll buy another one. But these are things that I'm going to treasure and look back on in the future. And yeah, it's going to be really helpful. Tip number 4 is to rid your kitchen of any food that could possibly trigger you. What I mean by that is that there are a lot of people out there who might binge eat, who might binge and purge, and those trigger foods, those foods that are not good for you, that are going to potentially trigger that. Or if you are a restrictor and you don't binge and purge, you might have all these clean diet foods in your kitchen. Get rid of them. I know it sounds crazy to just go and bin food. What a waste. By the end of the day, your health is at stake here. If possible, take it to a local food bank. Most supermarkets around me have like local food banks where you can take like sort of packaged food that is unopened, for like homeless, and that goes to like homeless people or charities. It's better there than in your kitchen where it could possibly cause you a problem. So do the kitchen cleanse. I'm all about cleanses today, haven't I? Right, so, and then what to do from then on is to only buy food that you intend on eating, right? Don't buy food that could possibly trigger a binge for you, if that might be a tub of ice cream. And also, don't, like, if you are a restrictor, don't buy the diet food because it's not going to be conducive to your recovery. Buy the food that you really think will be helpful to your recovery. Okay, if you've been buying low-fat yogurts, buy the full-fat yogurt. Okay, it might be scary, but if the low-fat option is not there in your fridge, then you're going to have to eat the full fat one. Yes, you're going to eat it, okay? There we go, tip 4. Tip number 5, recovery is difficult. It is swimming upriver, it's swimming against the tide. It is like hiking up the highest mountain and then falling back and then trying again. It's so hard, and every day that you get up and you face it, you are a fucking warrior. You are a warrior in my eyes. Every time you wake up and you face this, every time you do something that your eating disorder does not want you to do, every time you just go against that voice, you are winning. That is a win. No matter how stupid that is, no matter how small that might be eating one extra chip, right? But that is a victory over your eating disorder. If that eating disorder voice is telling you no, you've had enough, and you have one more bite, that is a victory. If your eating disorder voice is telling you to go and do exercise and you say, no, I'm knackered, I want to sit here and watch this movie, that is a victory. If your eating disorder voice is telling you to go and binge and then purge, or you've eaten too much, go to the toilet and get rid of it, and you say no, then that is a victory. And victories, in my opinion, should be awarded. So every little victory that you have, okay, maybe not every little victory, because if you have 50 victories a day, whoo, that's a lot of awards, right? But like things that stand out to you when you make these victories, these milestones, go and treat yourself. If you have enough money, buy yourself something that you really want. Okay, even if that just be a little nail varnish or a new book or a new lipstick. Sorry guys, like there must be something guyish that you want to buy. Maybe not. Maybe if you're a guy, you do want to buy lipstick. No judgment, but so do that if you have the money. If you don't have the money, then treat yourself to something that doesn't cost. Okay, go a nice walk in a park that you've always wanted to visit. Like call up a friend that you've not talked to in a while that you know is going to make you feel good. Do something that you really want to do that's not disordered. Okay, something that's not disordered. Or take some time out for yourself. You're supposed to be doing some work this afternoon or some studying. Take an hour off and do some painting or read a book, right? Because that is your treat, that is your reward for being so awesome. Do not neglect treating yourself, right? Because self-care, self-love, acknowledging these victories and rewarding them, is that kind of just enhances the fact that what you're doing is the right thing. It reinforces the positivity of it. And yeah, there we go. So that is my top 5 tips that, I like to just say 5 because if I was to give you 20, I mean, there's loads of tips, but if I was to give you 20 all at once, it's a little bit kind of difficult to take in. Let's start off with the 5, and I have found that those 5 are pretty awesome, and they're pretty positive and they're pretty cool because, hey, who doesn't want to get treated? And so, yeah, if you are contemplating recovery, in the early stages of recovery, or trying to support someone that does have an eating disorder, right, and how to make things easier or take the burden, take the horribleness of the recovery away, try and implement these things or suggest them to them. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below of what you think. Any questions, any topics that you would like me to cover, let me know in the comments below also, and I'll talk to you in the next video.